Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Neil from ScaleTrainer.com, and in this lesson we're going to check out that classic riff, Layla by Eric Clapton and Duane Allman. It combines some single note riffing with some power chords and everything. It's pretty challenging, but you can get it if you try it. So let's check it out. Alright, so let's check out the main riff for Layla, which is really the famous part of it. And we're going to start on the A string and hammer on from 0 to 3. So if you've never done a hammer on, all it is you play the first note, which in this case is the open A string, and you hammer on with your middle finger, in this case, the next note. So that's the hammer on. Alright? Now the next thing we do is going to play on the string below it, the D string, and hammer on the same exact thing, but then do a pull off, which is the opposite of a hammer on. So this is going to go 0, 3, 0. Alright? And they call it a pull off, but in my opinion it should be called a pull down, because often if you just pull off the string, you don't really get too much of a noise. What you want to do is almost pluck with that finger, and that's how you get a nice pull off. You go to 3 here, and then back to the open D string, so your third string down. Alright, so here we go again. So 0. Alright. So once you get that part under your belt, I just practiced that for a while. Alright. Now we're going to jump to some power chords starting on the 5th fret and the 7th fret. And these are going to be based off of your 5th string up. So this is a D power chord, and you just play both of those at the same time. And a good way to play a power chord if you're new to them and to strum it rather than having to just pick those two notes and be very careful, what you can do is overextend your pointer finger so it is butting up against your top string. That way it mutes it out. And then with the ring finger, you're arching it over this 4th string down, your G string, but let that butt up against it too. Alright? So that gives you the safety zone on either side that you can strum, and it won't make a pitch. It'll just kind of make a percussive sort of sound, and which will be overpowered by the actual chord sound. So in general, I have all the strings muted except the 2 strings I'm hitting. I'm using various parts of my finger here to get these guys. I'm using my pinky to get that G string, and I'm using my pointer finger to get that top string. So, little trick so you don't have to be as precise. How do you think Pete Townsend gets away with those windmill strums? You'd be a big mess if you didn't mute all the strings. So anyway, back to the lesson. So you're going to get to the D power chord. And then we're going to move it down 2 frets to 3 and 5, so that's your C power chord. And then we're going to move that down 2 frets to 1 and 3, that's your B flat power chord. So from all 3 together. Alright, and now I'll add it to the original riff. Alright, so it's kind of a quick jump up to that first power chord. So just practice that transition for a while until you get it. Break it down to smaller parts. Alright? Now, he's going to start moving back up the power chords, but in between, he does this. You know, it sounds weird out of context, but all right, so all that is your 5th string open, your A string, and then your 3rd fret on the top string, so that's a G. All right, so now use your middle finger for that one, so 0, then 3. That way you can move these guys up. So back to your C power chord, 1 and 3. Now I use a different finger to do the 3. You do open, now your pointer finger on the 3, and then back to your D power chord. Alright, so that's the end of the riff. Then you're back to the beginning again. So I'll do it really slow. So that's the main riff for Layla. Now I want to show you the high part, because that part's pretty cool too. And it'll help you practice your hammer-ons and your pull-offs and some bends as well. So we're going to start on the 10th fret on the B string. So that's the same note as you start out down there. It starts on an A. But instead of doing open notes, now we're using the 10th fret. So we're going to do that kind of same shape, the same hammer-on. All right, and the way I kind of do that is I'll hammer on the first one with my middle finger, and then hammer on that one with my ring finger. Back to my middle finger here, and then your pointer. You could do either way. You could just use your ring finger. I'm just kind of in the habit to using these guys on when I'm doing pentatonics. Now we're going to jump up here to the 15th fret and bend. Wait, not yet. All right, that's the next time. This time we're going to go to the 13th fret and bend. All right, we're going to bend it up a whole step, which would be like sliding up a full fret. But we're going to bend it. Right? Go down to the 12th fret. We're going to play 13th fret on the B string with our ring finger, and then to your pointer finger on the 10th on the bottom string. So let's just try that part. All right. So the second time around, all he changes is that bent note, and he's going to do the 15th fret now. So it'll sound like this. Those last three notes are just the same: 12, 13, 10. Alright, so that's how you play Layla by Eric Clapton and Duane Allman. Classic riff. I hope you have fun with that. It's challenging, but you can get it if you try it. So just keep practicing. And until next time, it's Neil saying thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.